What happens when the thing you've barely dared to dream for actually comes true? How does it change you when what you've been believing for and almost given up hope on finally becomes reality? The Redefining Possible podcast spotlights guests with stories of insurmountable odds who have witnessed the impossible become possible with God. Hi, welcome to Redefining Possible. I'm your host, Peyton Hoffman, and with me today is Leah Lahkiah, singer, songwriter, amazing woman of God. Leah, welcome to the show.
Oh my gosh, Peyton, thank you for having me.
I am so happy.
It's so exciting.
So happy to have you here. And I know your story is truly one of redefining possible. So we're going to dive right into it, honestly, because I just can't wait for the little nuggets that are going to come out of you today and for everyone that's going to be able to hear what your story is. So take us back. You are a singer, you're a songwriter. Mm-hmm. You have been singing for a while, several years, and you used to sing. Take us back to kind of like where that whole started for you and kind of where it is now.
So I started singing when I was like 6.
Wow.
Yes. So ever since I saw like Hannah Montana and Raven, That's So Raven singing and performing on stage on TV, I was like, I want to do that.
The inspiration.
Yes. Yeah. And I found myself at a church camp and I sang in front of everybody. And I was just like, I want this like forever. I want this feeling forever. And as soon as I could gather an opportunity or found an opportunity in Ohio to sing, I did, and that was mostly in church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like they had like this, it was a huge church, or is a huge church, kids church.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I just started like I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's all a blur, that part of my memory, but I know I was up there singing in front of all the kids.
I'll tell you, some of the best voices started in church.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's such a great, I love that. But so you were singing in church, but then when did you come to LA? Because you've been here for a little hot minute.
4.5 years.
Okay. So
I feel like everyone says, oh, that you're still a baby. And I'm like, no, this is home.
You know.
4 years is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And also, like, as soon as I got here, I was like, yeah.
You're like, this is it.
We're where we should be.
And you knew you were going to, I mean, you came out here for singing, like to do music,
I did.
Right? Okay.
I did. But LA was not really on the top of the list.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like trying to get to Atlanta.
Okay.
That was like a closed door.
Wow. Okay.
I know. I have family in Atlanta.
You're like, this makes sense to be here.
I know people in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Many people from college went to Atlanta. So I was like, this makes sense.
This would be easy.
It's close to Kentucky.
Wow.
Well, closer.
Yeah.
6 hours. I drove that to do like extra work for TV back in college.
Gosh.
So yeah, it made so much sense to me.
To go there. Except no.
And then God had other plans. And I'm so grateful. Oh, I love it here. And I went back to Atlanta for Women's Conference this year, actually.
Wow.
And that was an amazing conference.
Oh, I love it.
All the women should go at least once.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, yeah, I'm glad God put me where he did.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing.
It's hot out there.
It is hot.
And
it's
humid. It's not good for the hair.
Humid is tough. It's tough for us all. Humidity is a difficult thing. Yeah. So back to Ohio. So you're singing in Ohio.
Yeah.
You knew that music was what you wanted to do in some way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
And what did that look like before you came to LA?
So before coming to LA, I've always just known I want to be a star. That's what I always said. I was like, I just want to be a star. Mm-hmm. Like, I've always felt like that potential was there.
Right.
And that I could be that and do that. And so that's been my MO. That's been my whole like motive, if you will.
Wow. Just what was music like for you?
What was music like? I was in musical theater. Oh my gosh. In high school, musical theater. And then I went to college and I kind of lost myself quite a bit in terms of, I guess altogether, just like feeling like I was falling into the traditional expectation of just live your life, be more normal, be more normal, here in Kentucky, we go get jobs, we go to
Yep.
school,
Yep.
we do mature adult things. And there's nothing wrong with those things,
Yeah.
but I found myself getting lost in that traditional expectation.
Struggling as a creative in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I knew I needed to go somewhere else
Right.
to really be to fulfill that purpose and that call, and that creative side of me, but didn't exactly know where.
Yeah.
But I was just shooting darts in
I
the
love it.
dark. So it was maybe Atlanta, then maybe New York.
Okay.
Then it ended up
Being in LA. And how has being in LA changed your music trajectory?
Oh my gosh, so significantly, because as I said, I was always just like doing things to satisfy being an artist,
Right.
right? Like be a singer, be a performer, be on stage, be
yeah.
a star.
Yep.
Came out here, and that was very much so still the plan, except
Right.
now we're doing it in LA.
You're doing it in
So
LA.
This is big.
It's
This
a
is
whole
good.
different thing.
And I get out here, and I'm painting houses as my income, and I meet a realtor,
Wow.
and the first dealings that we had was not paint work.
Really?
It was actually her inviting me to sing for her
No.
fiance at the time. They're married now, but her fiance at the time, he had a church.
Oh my goodness.
Reconcile LA. So
Wow.
I was like, well, let me see what y'all got going on. So I
Yeah.
went, I met up with him, talked to him, Pastor Lamont, and I found myself
Ah,
in a church which I wasn't chasing down.
yeah. So you're
Was
back in
not-
church,
I'm
singing
back
again.
in church, and it had been
in
years.
LA,
It
yeah.
had been years. I had taken a hiatus, like I said. I kind of lost myself
Yeah.
in those college years. So I came out here, and that was one of the first things that I established was community in a church. It was a very
so
very
important.
intimate church.
Yeah.
And it was exactly what I needed, and God knew that.
And in this journey, in the last 4.5 years, maybe specifically, was there a time when just singing and doing music, when that just really looked impossible? Because LA can do that for
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
So, was there this moment where you're like, is this really going to happen?
Yes, of course. Of course.
mean, it's true, 'cause-
It's
and I
kind
think-
of like the whole time. It's
Yeah.
you're always on the edge of your seat, I feel like, as an artist. And I've learned this year, actually, really like what enjoying the journey looks like.
That's so good.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
journey. And I think we'll talk about this a little more deeply, but a huge part of that is finding God and surrendering
Yeah.
to God and his purpose for you. And when you do that, he gives you, there's a peace that you get that you just can't get with anything that you try to do or anyone that you try to include. And you get a joy
Yeah.
that nothing else will give to you. And that is what has helped me. Again, I've learned
So
that
much,
this year,
yeah.
to enjoy the process and not worry about
Like,
if it'll happen.
yeah.
Because so much of my life has been actually like, could this actually be? Like, I've always known and had this confidence, like, oh, I'm a star. I could do this. Like, I'm built
I've got
for this.
this.
I'm
I can do
built for
this.
this. I'm built for the stage. I love to entertain. Like, I love it. Like, the lights are on, and I'm like, yes, let's go.
You're like,
We're
"Let's do
going.
this. We're going."
And we're on. But there's always been this like numbness or lack. Like it's always like, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? Never like, wow, this is such a beautiful experience that I'm having right now, and this is such a blessing right now. These people are a blessing. This opportunity is a blessing, and being able to really soak in moments.
So it's been tough to stay present
Yes.
in that.
Yes.
Wow.
And I feel like when you're so worried about what's going to
What's next?
happen,
Yeah.
what's next, is it possible? Is it going to happen?
Yeah.
You lose sight of what is.
What's happening right now?
Yeah. So,
Oh, I love that. Well, tell us, where you are now
Okay.
in the journey, and then I want to go back into how
That moment
this
that
has
I was
changed.
like,
yes,
yes, okay.
yes.
so where I am now is, well, I guess I feel like I shorted you on your answer.
Oh, that's okay.
I shorted you totally.
Keep going. I love it.
Can we go back?
We can.
Can we go back? Okay, so I feel like this, because this kind of ties into the flow of where I am now. So last year, I had ended a relationship. We had ended a relationship, whatever. And I was just I was like, okay, in my whole, in the whole spectrum of my life, in all the aspects, we were making music together. And that was a really exciting, oh, this is dope. And that was like an ideal partner. That was so cool to me. And when that plan was falling through and it wasn't working out and we just weren't compatible.
Wow.
You know,
Yep.
I was like, God, what is this all supposed to be?
Yeah.
What should I really be doing? How do I find this joy?
Yeah.
I felt like I lost joy just in,
oh, wow. That's hard.
in all parts of life. You know, it was all just kind of becoming like, what's the point?
Wow.
Yeah.
So you had that moment of do I even want to do this?
Yeah. Well, I knew there was nothing else I'd rather do.
Right.
But what do you do?
Yeah.
You know,
And
what's
the plan
gonna bring,
fell apart, the one that you had.
Yes, exactly. So I'm like, well, okay, so where do I go? What do I do?
You had.
Yes, exactly. So I'm like, well, okay, so where do I go? What do I do? The only thing I knew to do was to go to God. And so I ended up, June of last year, I ended up in church. And I was like, all right, God, meet me there.
You're like, we got to talk.
I don't know what else to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know who to talk to. All my relationships at that point had kind of
fizzled.
you know, even in my family, we were all in a kind of just a weird space. And so it wasn't like an open opportunity and table to talk to them and really be, so really the only way that I had to go was to God. That was the only direction that was an option. So,
and that is an impossible moment. That is a moment of just
at the end of myself.
Yeah.
I was at the end of myself, and I was like, all right. So that was like a small step toward my surrender. Small, but mighty.
That's an important step though, because you're sitting there and you're like, okay, this didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. And we all have those moments. And maybe it's not music related, but it could be relational, it could be career, whatever. You have that moment where you're like, I had a plan and it's not going according to my plan.
Or it doesn't feel the way you think it should.
Yeah. Well, and then the Lord's like, I have a better plan.
Yeah. Just wait. Just wait.
Just hold up on that, because that's a different plan.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I love it. Well, and it to somebody from the outside, it would have made sense, just to be like, oh, we're making music together. That makes sense.
Yes.
It makes sense for you to have a partner doing that with you. And, it's just great though that you realize hey, we really just weren't compatible and we weren't on the same page. And that's heartbreaking, but also so good that you realize that, because you're like, hey, I did love making music with someone.
Yeah.
And so that piece, I think, is a piece of your future. It just is with a different person.
Absolutely.
And so I think that's a really beautiful thing for you to take away from it, to say okay, I love this partnership aspect of it. I love being able to do this. It just wasn't the right person to do it with. And that's okay. That's okay. So you're at that moment and you're just like, okay, I'm surrendering. And
meet me at the church. And he did. Oh my gosh.
Good.
He did. So I went to One LA, that's my church.
Yes.
And I'm since that year, since that day, since 2024, June 1st or something, June 2nd maybe.
I love it.
Of 2024. Since that day, he has been meeting me there every Sunday that I can get there, and I think I've only missed 2 or 3 Sundays.
Oh, that's so
max.
good. That's so good.
And because I was out of town or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just love the presence. Oh, just sitting in his presence, and I've learned so much about myself. And okay, so I got baptized August 2024.
So good.
And before I got baptized, I had an encounter. I had an encounter with God, and this was pretty it was like a month maybe after I'd been going to church regularly. I still wasn't quite like in the Bible yet.
Okay.
Like I was just, that was my first step. I'm going to church. Meet me there, God. Praying, of course, more and just being more open to whatever God is trying to show me or do in me. And I had this encounter. I was awakened. Woken? What's the word? Woken or awaken?
Awakened.
I was awakened. I was awakened by the voice of God, I believe, saying Romans 6.
Ooh, got a verse.
I got a verse.
You got a whole chapter.
Yeah.
That's not just a verse, that's a chapter.
Yes, exactly. And so I was like, okay. I woke up. I was like, and I'm a slumberer.
Yeah.
So I woke up like, Romans 6. I don't know what that is, but we're going to read it.
We're going to go read
We're
that.
gonna read that
Yeah, you are.
immediately.
Yeah.
And Romans 6, in a nutshell, right, is about being dead to sin and alive in Christ.
Oh, that's so good.
And I was unfamiliar with Romans in that way, but also like I was like, oh, how is this? What does this have to do with me?
Yeah.
It was so vague and open at the time. I was like, I don't feel like I'm just a big old sinner,
What do I do with this?
What is this? What does this mean for me? And so I just put it in my pocket and I was like, wow, what a cool experience. God, like, tell me what this is. I guess it's not meant for me to understand completely right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't. But cool. Okay, cool. I want more of that.
And you didn't know that that's like the verse that's used, the chapter that's used for baptism, right? You didn't know.
I didn't know.
Okay.
I had no clue. And
because immediately I jumped to that and I'm like, well, that's the baptism chapter.
Yes. Now, I kept going to church and then they were like, okay, we're going to do our baptism August. And so I think it was the 24th. So I was like, count me in. I'm doing it.
Yep.
And I signed up. I did it. And then Pastor Torre didn't even mention Romans 6 as the main one. Right. He kind of just threw it in.
Oh, wow.
As a part of, like, it was kind of like it almost seemed like it was, of course, he might mention it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like built into what
his
presentation was.
Right. You didn't have the expectation.
I didn't have the expectation. Yes. So when it hit me, it was just like, there it is.
You're like, this is
and
it.
it all unfolded and it finally just really made sense that I was where I should be.
Yep.
And I was doing what I should be doing.
Yes.
And God was in fact meeting me.
Yeah.
It was confirmation. It was confirmation. If not anything else, it was just like his
You're
presence.
on the right track.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I got through my baptism and, we did this thing where we announced like what we left in the water. And I think a lot of it was unworthiness that I think that's the best word that I feel like I could put in one is unworthiness, leaving that in the water. Unworthiness to sing the music that I sing because of the journey that I've been on. I haven't always been dedicated to God in this way.
Yeah.
Unworthiness to be loved as unconditionally as God loves us.
That's so good.
And being able to accept that, and then of course there's family stuff that, along the way you just get worn down a little bit. Things happen. People are human, and so that unworthiness was really a thing that I've had to, and I'm still writing about
through it.
and working through and processing. And so
tell me how unpacking that, because I know you have some new music.
Yes.
How did that, just writing that, where did your music come from? Like really, I can look at it from the outside and kind of guess, okay, I think it came from some of these places, but for those who don't know or haven't heard your music, tell us, what's out there, and then also where the themes came from as it relates to this.
For the project or for what's out already?
For what's out already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm all over the board, honestly. And I'm less ashamed about it now. I think, people always, I won't go too into this because it's a whole topic of conversation, but I've just been exploring. I've been deciding like, okay, I like this, I'm going to try it.
Okay.
So a lot of
like
what
musically.
You'll find, yes. Yeah. So what you'll find in my discography is very explorative, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
A little bit of pop R&B is what I started out
Yep.
as. In Kentucky, when I started making music in college, that was really popular. R&B was really popular, and I feel like it's an assumption you'd make as far as what someone like
That it would make sense.
me would
Okay.
make, and do. So I naturally kind of fell into that. And then I was like, I don't love it. It's not resonating with
That's
me.
interesting.
I loved the pop aspect, but
Okay.
I wanted to be pure pop, like
Okay,
more of a
interesting.
pure pop. So I spent my next few years after like 2018 releasing those pop R&B songs, trying to really develop like a pop ear. So for several years, the last several years, I've been trying to understand pop more, write more pure pop, and what that means for me.
What that looks like.
And I landed in 2023 within that relationship I spoke about. I landed in dance music.
Oh,
And
interesting, which is
EDM.
not pop.
well, it is. I feel like a version of it.
A version of it,
It's like a subversion of.
But so fun.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize how much I was raised on that. Like how much I was listening and consuming
Interesting.
dance
Wow.
EDM music in college.
Wow.
I was like working out to this music. I didn't
Yeah.
even, I wasn't present.
No.
I was not understanding like, oh, okay.
Like this fits.
This has been
Wow.
a part of my
Yep.
journey.
Yep.
So when I went to write to this music, I was like, no wonder it's a little
was
more natural
easier,
and it fits.
yeah.
Yes, and I love it. There was so much joy in it. And after my baptism, I was like, what would it look like to take that love for dance music and that energy and put it in a Christian form? So what does that look like? So that was late 2024.
Yep.
After that baptism, I started to really be open. My heart was softening up to the idea of what would it look like to do Christian music for me.
Yep.
You
And for
know.
you, it's like the dance with Christian music.
Yes.
And we talked about this a little bit, in advance of the show, just about how there really aren't many people out there that are doing what you're doing. I mean, there's traditional, kind of worship music, there's secular music. There's not a lot of people that are walking in between.
Yeah.
And that's really where I see you, is kind of being a bridge from one to the other. And, that there needs to be people that are in this in between. I don't even know if we call it a genre, but this new place, because, and I love that you, as your faith has evolved, and as the Lord has changed your heart, you've been like, well, what would it look like to bring Jesus into this?
Yeah.
What would it look like to still love this dance music, but actually to make it with Jesus and make it for
purpose and
Jesus? And and it really, and that is where you're headed now. It's like shifting into that.
Yes,
I love
exactly.
it.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
And, I'm speaking a lot about this dance music, and it's so funny, even as I sit here and I think about how far it's developed into now. This is like a year later.
Yeah, it is.
A year later, and the top of the year,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, God, well, I guess before I get to the top of the year, I made a dance song. It's called Breakthrough. It's not out yet.
Oh,
It's not
coming.
out yet, but it's
coming.
my first Christian song that I wrote.
I love it.
And it's a dance Christian song.
I love it.
So it'll come out eventually.
Can't wait to hear it.
It'll come out
Can't wait.
eventually.
No, it's going to be so fun.
But that late November, December of 2024, I was like, God, I was so excited about finishing that song, and it sounded so good. And I was like, okay, this is a real thing. But I could tell I couldn't be spiritually in between.
Yeah, no.
No. Like
That's
I may
that's a
represent the
great
in between, but I can't spiritually be the in between.
Wow, that's a really great revelation.
And so I was like, okay, God, I surrender.
What did that look like for you? Like,
I was in my bathroom.
okay. No, I mean, like, not the surrender part, but like, what? Sorry.
I was in my bathroom.
You're like, I was in my bathroom.
It's yours. Just take it.
What did you need to surrender is where I was going with that.
My career.
Okay.
My career.
Wow, the whole thing.
My expectations.
Yeah.
I have always been someone that has expectations and like strong control over like,
wow.
okay, this is what I want it to look like. I'm going to go, I'm going to work for it, and I'm probably going to get there because I did the work.
Working hard.
Yeah, just keeping at it and fighting the good fight. And I was just like, I remember praying like, God, like soften my heart, like give me your desires, you know. And sure enough, I had that revelation of in my bathroom. I was like, I'm going to give it to you, God. How about that? Like, I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to just see what you do with it. Because I think what it was this feeling of finding people who are meant, who feel like they're meant to be a part of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And while that song was amazing, and that producer, nothing was wrong.
Mm-mm.
It just was like a spiritual discernment of like, you've got to be aligned.
Oh, I was gonna say it's alignment.
You've got to be aligned with who you're working with.
Yeah.
They've got to have the same desires, and open to what you're really doing and what you're really going to do, and what that looks like. And that it's very much so like,
well, and it's a whole different purpose. I mean, you have to have people that are aligned with your purpose.
Exactly.
And that are spiritually mature and strong in their faith as well. And that can look at it and say, I get why you're being placed in this in-between. You cannot be an in-between, but you're being placed here to really be able to minister to and speak to folks who typically would not listen to or consider any kind of worship music. There's a lot of those out there. And so, but they might listen to dance music, or they might listen to, pop or R&B, or, more of the traditional veins of music that haven't really been considered to have a place in worship music. And so I love that you're looking at those different niches, and I think you're so wise in saying like, I have to make sure I'm aligned with the right people. And that goes for every area of life. I mean, that's career, it's relationships, it's everything. I mean, that hits everything. You have to have purpose alignment everywhere. And how did, just going through all this, I mean, you've grown so much even in like the time that I've known you, which is just since March of this year. So, which is wild because I met you kind of after you had stepped into the surrender place. So we met right when I was really locking in with the guys I've been working with. Which has been amazing.
Thank you.
And I could see that too.
Thank you. Yeah. It's felt amazing, and it's felt right. It's like for the first time, it's felt like, okay, and that's how I know I'm on, like I'm doing what God has intended
You're
for
on
me
mission
to do. I am aligned. I'm with people who they see it. They want it as much as I do. Their intention is pure and genuine, and they love God too. We were in a studio session just last week, and as you can hear, I'm dealing with massive allergy attacks. I'm like, help me. And I was recording, and I was just getting so discouraged because it's not easy. And so Antonio, he's the engineer and producer that I've been working on this project with, and he's like, we always pray before we do our sessions. And he's like, you know what? I was getting really like bothered by just my whole situation. And he's like, is anyone down for prayer round 2? I was like, yes.
Like, we need that.
Yes. Like,
I love that.
But wow, like, wow, that's really, like, it leaves me speechless, which almost never happens.
But to have someone who thought about that, like, hey,
that's the answer. That's the go-to. That's the heart posture that, like, God has known I've needed. And I had to surrender, because what I was doing was everything in my power to like find people and
Yeah.
build these relationships and make it happen. But it was
striving.
all in my own strength,
Yeah.
you know. But when I surrendered and I said, God, what would it look like if you took control and you gave me what it is you have in store for me?
Yeah.
What would it look like?
Yeah.
What would it be? How would it feel? Like,
Yeah.
how much better would it feel if you really,
If he just gave it to you.
if you, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's shown me just the little crumbs that I've experienced from that surrender have been like, oh,
Mind blowing.
yes,
Yeah.
it really has been.
Uh,
And it's so beautiful. And so that kind of leads us into, you know,
So
that
tell
project.
me,
It's really just been working on me.
it's been amazing.
I'm like, am I working on it, or
I
is
was
it
gonna say,
working on
it's
me?
working on you. I think it's both. It goes both ways. On a God project, it goes both ways.
Yes.
So tell me, so this, I love how you've unpacked a little bit of how this has like changed just your faith in the Lord, honestly. And kind of I just think of a car battery being jump started. Like it really has jump started this for you in so many ways. And I love the way that the Lord has used music and just ministry and people to bring that around for you. How has it changed how you see yourself? You talked a little bit about laying down unworthiness and that was a thing, but how has this changed how you see Leah?
Oh man, that's deep. I think God is still working on me in that. Like he's still working with me in that part of it. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I can think of is one of the songs on the project, which is actually the last song that we've completed.
Wow.
To make the project whole.
Oh wow.
Is let you love me.
Oh, okay. We should go into that. I felt that. we need to take a minute for that.
Let you love me. Yes. Oh my gosh. And that's just about like the first step is accepting God's love.
Yeah.
And to imagine and to think, I mean, it's really hard for us as humans to imagine that something, God is loving us regardless.
Unconditionally.
Unconditionally.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Unconditionally.
Unconditionally.
Yeah.
And Let Me Love You actually was a spin-off and a song that came from my song Unconditionally also on the project.
Oh, I love that.
Which was written because I was like in a season of, within these last several months, in a season of, God, I gotta let you love me. Like I've gotta accept that love. Like in order for me to be able to love these people that I'm gonna reach and love the targeted people that I want to be able to feel your love, they're gonna feel it through me.
Yes.
So what does that mean for me? I've gotta let you love me.
Yeah.
I've gotta let you love me.
And from there, it's like you let the Lord love you, and then you learn to love yourself too.
Yes.
Because
which
goes hand in hand.
Exactly. Like when you realize, okay, so he loves me unconditionally, which means I'm worthy of love.
Yes.
Which means, yeah, I may be weird sometimes or wonky or like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or whatever.
None of that.
I may be strange in my head or to many other people's heads, but he still loves me.
Yeah.
Like he still loves me through my mistakes and my moments, moments. And he just wants us to repent and be back in his, like all you have to do is say, oh Lord, forgive me.
Like
forgive me for being human.
Yeah.
Just,
it's so good. So you're working, I love this. I mean, because obviously this is going to evolve. I mean, as you evolve and your walk with the Lord evolves and your music evolves. Yeah. And so I can't wait to see where all of this is going to go. I mean, it's so exciting. How has even just the last few years, because looking back on your whole journey from the time you were 6 to now, is what I love about that is like there's constantly been worship has been involved, even when when you say like, hey, I wasn't looking to do that kind of music, I was doing other things.
Yes.
It still was a facet of your life, which I think is really interesting. The Lord kind of like always had you there, even from the time you were 6 until now. And you know, for you, just looking at all of this to now, how has it changed how you see what's possible for your future?
I didn't think, this kind of ties into the unworthiness too. I didn't think that I had the voice to fit within gospel Christian music.
Yeah.
I've always heard these amazing Christian artists, gospel artists, and they've always had these like powerful
powerhouse
voices. And I'm like, oh, that was a thing I had to actually deal with. Growing into my artistry was accepting that that's not my voice. That's not my tone. Like that's not my gift. And understanding what is my gift, what are my things, what is my tone, and accepting that. So I think I ran from doing Christian music for forever because I was like, that can't be my genre. Like, I don't really think I sound great in that genre. I don't think that's for me.
You thought there was a certain way. Is that just as a woman, as an artist in general?
Just an artist in general. I just felt like my voice wasn't like special enough to exist in this world.
Wow.
And I think that's the first time I'm kind of, maybe, it might be the first or second time I'm kind of saying that out loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a true lie from the enemy of like unworthiness, you know.
Well, and it makes you feel like, where do I fit?
Where do I fit? Yeah. How can I actually thrive? How could it be possible that I thrive in a genre like this when that's not what I'm hearing? You know,
around you,
consuming very powerful voices, and you know, the kind that send just chills. Like, how can they hit that so effortlessly and just be up there? Jesus is breathing on that. Yes, like I didn't feel like that was my that was for me.
Wow.
And so I think in my surrender, I didn't even think about the impossibility anymore. I just kind of like was like, okay, God, what does it look like?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to show me some people.
Get me there.
You have to get me there. You're gonna have to bring some people in, because I don't know. I know a lot of producers, and I don't know a lot that are trying to do what I'm about to do.
Right.
So,
well, and that's what I think is so wonderful is that, you know, the Lord says in Isaiah, like, behold, I'm doing a new thing. Like, do you not perceive it? And the whole thing is that we can't perceive the new thing because it's new. And so we're looking for the old thing, so we can't always perceive the new thing. And so what I love about what I see the Lord doing through you is that truly you are doing a new thing. I mean, you're doing a new thing that hasn't been done before in music. You're finding that place, and you didn't fit, quote unquote, you know, elsewhere because you were meant to fit here.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's just what's so clear is like, you know, that you weren't supposed to fit in a place where other people fit, because your calling and what the Lord has for your life is in a different place. Like that's where you fit, is you fit where you are now.
Yeah.
And, you know, we all just sort of stumble to get there. You know, we're trying to we're all figuring that out.
Yeah.
And I love that in the surrender, you were able to define, oh wait, like, Lord, lead me to where I fit. And he did. And so now it just sounds like you don't have that struggle anymore of like, you're in that place of, I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be.
Well, at first, when I made that decision of like, okay, God, what would it look like? Yes, I was like, I was all in. I was focused and in the direction of, okay, let's go. And as I've created this project, and as I've gotten into each song, and as we've written and unfolded the lyrics and the melodies and the feelings and the intention behind each word, I have unraveled more and more of that.
That's so good.
Of that
The
that
layers.
feeling.
Yeah.
The layers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been much more exposed in this process.
It's so good though. It's so
Yeah.
healing.
It is healing.
That's so healing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I didn't expect that out of this effort, you know, to be making a project. I didn't think I would be working and processing through so much of my own healing.
It's so good. But that's the creative process.
It
That's
is.
it.
It
That
is.
it's I mean, that's
Yeah.
the whole thing is, and that's what's going to make it so authentic for people to hear is they'll be in their process and they'll be able to listen to it and be like, "Oh, I get this. This resonates with me." Because they're there. So, I mean, that's the whole, you know, you can't make things from an inauthentic place because it's not going to resonate with anybody.
Right. And I think that's what I was doing all these past years when I was making music. I was just making stuff that I felt like people might like.
Right.
It was not really, I mean, yes, I liked some of the songs I still love. I'm like, oh, this is a banger. Even if it's just a banger for me, it's a banger in my head. And I'm like, I just love to listen to it still. But if I'm honest, like they were, there's a detachment.
It's different.
There's a detachment. There's not like every word and every melody isn't packed with like, no, this was intentional. I said this because I lived it. I felt it. I experienced it. Or I'm feeling it now, or I'm, you know, God is telling me I need to say this.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So what, you know, for someone who, let's say a young, it could be man or woman that is making music, they're in that place where you were in just struggling with, is this authentic? Am I doing, what advice would you give to someone who is just on this journey, you know, and trying to figure out where do they fit in music specifically, and then just, like the authenticity of it. I mean, what would you tell somebody?
I would say, I actually was talking to someone last night about this very thing. He was saying that he wasn't sure if he was making like good enough. He just got into making Christian music too, and he's a producer, and he's not sure if it's like, you know, good enough to exist. Or like Christian, I don't know, like Christian enough, or like if it sounds right.
If it sounds right.
And I was like, you know, you should surrender that to God. Have a conversation with God. And if you feel like you said what you needed to say per your conversation and your relationship with God, then it's right.
So good.
And let God work.
Yeah.
Let God work.
Give room.
Give room.
I
and
love
so
that.
To a more direct point of answer of what you're asking, I would advise, especially artists, to surrender.
It's so good.
And let God just do what he intends for you, because what he wants to do is so much better than what we can muster up.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's so much better.
It's so much better.
And it feels so much lighter.
That's
like,
a great point too. Yeah.
The weight of being an artist in this world, in this day and age, it's exhausting. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. But ever since I've let God just like, okay, God, you move this. It's your board. It's your chess board, whatever. Like, you take the pieces and you make the moves, and I will try to stay aligned and try to stay in tune and in sync with where you're telling me to go and who you're telling me to move with. And and we'll see where we go. Yeah. And of course I'm going to like make mistakes and have made mistakes, and I'm going to be human, and all of the artists listening to this will too. Give yourself room for the mistakes that you're going to make. Give yourself grace.
Yep.
Because God is.
Yeah, it's so good.
And let God love you.
So
that
good.
I feel like with that surrender,
that's it.
because it's hard to surrender to something or someone that you don't believe like would actually take care of you.
It's so good.
So to surrender to God means you're at least mostly accepting that he loves you enough
to take care of you,
to take you where you're supposed to go and where you're supposed to be.
Leah, thank you so much for being here today. Tell me, for everyone that's listening and watching, where can they find you? Where can they find your music? What's coming? So all the things.
Okay, so I am Leah Lahkiah. You can find me on all social media platforms under that name. You'll spell it for them.
I will spell it out for everyone.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I am streaming on all musical platforms, the Google Play, the Apple Music, the Spotify's, all of them titled. And be on the lookout for the Surrender project.
So exciting. Congratulations.
Coming so soon. It's giving February, March. We'll see.
I love it.
We'll see.
I love it. It's coming soon.
It's coming soon.
It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to listen. I can't wait for everyone here to hear more of your story in the music. I think it's going to just be really impactful, and I'm so excited for you. So thank you so much for being here today, and it's just going to be fantastic. I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Redefining Possible. I'm your host, Peyton Hoffman. Can't wait to see you next time. What happens when the thing you've barely dared to dream for actually comes true? How does it change you when what you've been believing for and almost given up hope on finally becomes reality? The Redefining Possible podcast spotlights guests with stories of insurmountable odds who have witnessed the impossible become possible with God.